10 Worst Kobe Bryant Teammates. Kobe Bryant is by all accounts one of the greatest NBA players of all time. His scoring skill was legendary, and he's a large reason why the Los Angeles Lakers are revered as royalty in the league. The Black Mamba played 20 seasons in LA, and he was part of a championship team 5 times in his career. He played with standout players like Shaquille O'Neal, Robert Horry, Lamar Odom, and Paul Gasol. However, Kobe Bryant's fiery and over-the-top competitive attitude also didn't make him a lot of friends during his heyday. Kobe exuded greatness, and he demanded the same level of hard work and dedication from his teammates. Some took on the challenge, some didn't, and therefore hated Bryant for it. The feeling was mutual, as Kobe had no love for underachieving players. So here are 10 of Kobe's worst teammates ever. Number 10. Dennis Rodman. Rodman survived his personality issues to play 14 seasons, including the 1998-99 season with the Los Angeles Lakers at age 37. Perhaps it was a case of bad timing, as he appeared in a then career-low 23 games in the lockout-shortened season, just before his former Bulls coach, Phil Jackson, would come on board to run the team. Rodman, coming off of 7 straight seasons leading the league in rebounds, managed only 11.2 per game, falling even out of the top 5. The eccentric Hall of Famer, who had previously disappeared for 8 days for personal problems, was waived after just 7 weeks with the Lakers. Number 9. Adam Morrison. The 3rd overall pick in the 2006 draft for the Charlotte Hornets was sent along with Shannon Brown to the Los Angeles Lakers mid-season in 2008 and 2009, allowing him to enjoy 2 straight championships to end a short-lived 4-year career. By the time he arrived, Adam Morrison had already survived a torn ACL that had kept him out for an entire season in 2007 and 2008, and had been worn down from his continued fight of type 1 diabetes, which he had been diagnosed with at the age of 13. He loved his time in LA despite being a clear bust for such a high pick, only averaging around 2 points per each of the only 39 games he appeared in over 2 years. Number 8. Karl Malone. The NBA legend could have played more than 1 season with the purple and gold, if not for his deteriorating relationship with Bryant. Malone was part of 2003-2004 Lakers squad that was humiliated by the underdog Detroit Pistons in the finals. Malone reportedly wanted to re-sign with LA over the summer. However, an ugly rumor claiming that the mailman tried to seduce Kobe's wife Vanessa ultimately made his relationship with Bryant irreparable. That was the last time he played in the NBA after confirming his retirement in 2005. Number 7. Jordan Hill. Jordan Hill spent 4 seasons with the Lakers, which seemed unbelievable given the fact that Kobe didn't respect him at all. The guy was drafted 1 spot ahead of Steph Curry, and only once in his 8 years in the league averaged a double-digit number in points. Number 6. DJ Mbenga. Mbenga is undoubtedly near the top of the list of worst players with multiple championship rings. He rarely got on the floor and was pretty awful when he did play. Terrible hands, 0 scoring ability, but he could do one thing: he was one of the best foulers the Lakers have ever seen. He averaged more than 6 fouls per 36 minutes. Number 5. Robert Sacre. Sacre played 4 seasons in the NBA, all with the Lakers from 2012 to 2016. Many analysts were shocked that he even made an NBA roster, but he didn't just do that, but stayed on the Lakers for that long. He often looked like the guy who was on the team just to have fun on the bench. After his stint with the Lakers, he failed to find another NBA job and continued his career in Japan. Number 4. Chris Mim. Bryant does have a history of squabbling with centers. Mim assumed the starting 5 position for the Lakers in the post-Shaq era. Those shoes were certainly hard to fill, as Mim was pretty underwhelming for LA during his 5-year stay. Kobe reportedly rode Mim so hard that it practically got him kicked off the team in 2009. Reporters even once quoted Bryant claiming, "What was I supposed to do, pass the ball to Chris Mim? Chris Mim?" Number 3. Kwame Brown. Another thing Jordan and Kobe had in common was their disdain for Kwame Brown. The beef wasn't a knock on Kwame as a person, but rather for his putrid basketball skills and poor work ethic. Bryant absolutely loathed the former number 1 overall pick, and often made fun of him for his inability to catch the ball. The Black Mamba even told the press, how a scared Brown once begged him not to pass him the ball while playing against the Pistons. Safe to say, Kobe was beyond pleased when the Lakers included Brown in the package to acquire Paul Gasol from Memphis. Number 2. Smush Parker. As far as pure hatred goes, Kobe Bryant just didn't like Parker from the beginning. Bryant was used to playing alongside successful point guards like Derek Fisher and Ron Harper. Imagine his disappointment when he had to share the backcourt with the undrafted Parker from 2005 to 2007. Kobe didn't mince his words about Smush, labeling him as the worst. Bryant even publicly stated that Parker was only starting because the Lakers didn't have enough money for a real point guard at the time. Parker was even barred from talking to Bryant during practices. So before we go on and see who was the worst Kobe Bryant's teammate on the Lakers, make sure you like the video and comment down below about your favorite part of the video and let us know who do you think was the worst Kobe teammate. Also, make sure you subscribe to Top 10 Everythings with the notification bell on. Number 1. Dwight Howard. Howard was supposed to be the Lakers' next great center. While he was indeed dominant during his first stint with LA, the 8-time All-Star constantly fooled around and had the tendency to disappear in crucial stretches of the game. This of course infuriated Bryant. Kobe knew just how unstoppable Dwight could be and tried to push him to greatness. Sadly, Howard didn't share the same ruthless mindset and often clashed with Bryant. When Howard left the Lakers for the Rockets in 2013, he and Bryant got into it after a physical altercation in-game. This is when Bryant infamously called Howard soft. Thank you for watching Top 10 Everythings, and I'll see you next time with another amazing video.